Welcome back, LTB Nation. I'm Scott Argenbright.
And I'm Eric Tui.
And it's the middle of summer. That means it's topwater time.
It is time to start wrangling fish out of the heaviest, nastiest cover out there. And this box is set up just to do so.
Let's go get them.
Let's do it. The fish are eating, guys, and this time of the year is a great time of the year to be able to start busting some of the biggest largemouth in shallow water cover. This month's box is going to be able to trigger some of the best topwater eats that I think you guys are not going to be able to forget years down the line. Let's get out there because things are just getting eaten everywhere.
Free your body and your mind. One, two, three. Bounce. Bounce. Bounce.
Y'all ready to turn it up tonight?
Bounce.
If you really wanna fly, put your hands in the air and let the music.
Come on. All right, gang, we're up shallow. It's summertime. These fish are looking for any type of cover to get up underneath. They're looking for shade. That means, oh, wait a second. It's frog season. It's time to throw frogs. First up in the box, we've got the Gabler cane toad. We're gonna rig that Texas rig style, coming straight through the barb, sliding that all the way up to the top, and then you're gonna come through the cane toad. And then make sure you bury that hook, because we're here in heavy cover. We're buzzing this right over the top of these pads. These fish are looking for that shade. Again, in our last video, we talked about power fishing. Another great bait is this cane toad to power fish. You're gonna run down the bank, you're throwing this thing rapid fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, non-stop. Buzzing it quickly over the pads and looking for those most active fish. When you get that bite, make sure that you give it a couple seconds and then just jack them, lean on them, hit them hard.
Next up is the paddle tail by Whaletail Plastics. This is a tail thumping swim bait, and we have this rigged up on that 4-aught Mustad hook in the box. You're going to be able to slide this through some of the heaviest cover right through lily pads, slow down that retrieval rate, and allow this thing to boil across the water and catch some big fish. Now on the flip side, we could also add a keel weighted hook to this and fish this off some deeper areas, maybe some ledges or deep weeds and grass. This is going to be a great bait all season. Came up and did. Pinned her right in the corner of the mouth. The great thing with Texas rigging, that paddle tail from Whaletail, you can see it just slid right up through, gets away from the fish, and I'm able to slide it right back on down and get back to fishing. Just a little guy, but hey, we'll take it.
As a kid, and to this day, my favorite topwater bait is the poppin' frog. So the reason it's my favorite is everybody loves a good, strong explosion, you know, on topwater, correct, right? Yeah, definitely correct. So the poppin' frog from Big Mouth Baits is what we have here in this month's box. So you're gonna throw this at any type of shallow cover. Again, laydowns, pads, especially heavy cover. To get those fish out of that heavy cover and fish this frog effectively, you're gonna want a heavy action rod, and then you're looking at a high-speed reel. So you can start 7.1, 7.2, all the way up to a 7.6 heavy rod, and it's an 8.1 to 1 reel. That allows you to pick up that line really fast when that that fish explodes, get them out of that heavy cover, pull on them, yank on them quick, get them out of there, and get them back to the boat. All right, gang, so the difference here today, and what I want to talk about the difference is, we've got on our right side here just straight pads, regular, you know, nothing in there, just regular pads. And a lot of the time in a lot of the country, you're gonna have 200, 300 yard stretches of straight pads. The big thing that you're gonna wanna look for in those areas are differences. So on the left side here, we've got some grass that's sticking up through the pads. And that is where it's a little bit different. That little small irregularity can lead to more bites and more fish. The other thing you're gonna wanna look for are points. You can see here the pads come out and form a point. A lot of the time that's an ambush spot for these bass to get on that point, and then when you roll that little Gabler cane toad through there, they're gonna smash it.
We have the Popper by Cold Blooded Baits. This is a great topwater bait that you're gonna be able to really slow down your presentation. We added that Mustad number 6 feather hook that's in your box this month. This is gonna give it a little bit of hang time down there, so when you do pause, this is still attracting fish at all times. We can work this in open water with weed beds surrounding, with also hidey holes, if you would, in the lily pads. You smallmouth boys in the north, this is a great one to be chugging along those shallow rock piles for big small jaws.
Next up, we've got the Senshi Yawara. This is your standard walking bait. However, we've added a Mustad feather hook to that bait to add a little bit more bait fish imitation, add a little bit more flash. What you're gonna do with this bait is you're gonna throw this through the little gaps in the cover, down a point, and you're gonna walk that bait back to the boat. What you do there is you take your line and you're gonna pop that slack line really lightly, get the bait moving one way, pop your rod tip again and get it moving back the other. Once you get that cadence down, you can walk that bait back and forth all the way back to the boat. When you get a bite on this bait, you can set the hook right away, pull into that fish. They're just treble hooks, so you can pull into them, you know, pretty softly, and then bring that fish on back to the boat. All right, we got to wrap this up here. We're absolutely smashing them right now.
Let's not to forget about that Lucky Extra. This is gonna be a 30-pound braided line. There's 75 yards of there. You're gonna wanna back your reel with some monofilament. That's gonna allow for no slipping. We don't want anyone slipping up. Get out there, get in that heavy cover, smash some huge fish with this, guys.
Stay tuned, we got 2 videos coming up soon here. Heavy cover fishing, and then when to walk and when to pop.
Don't forget, ring that bell, subscribe, comment, question. If you have any questions, comment below. We'd be glad to help out and answer them as best we can. We'll see you guys on the water next time.